picture. Now go back to the overhead. Let's look at the second picture. Renee, would you read the second paragraph, please, which will tell us about our second picture. Those of you at your desk, look at the overhead while Renee reads.
In his lifetime, John Barnes has shot and killed 5 men. During his 3rd year on the police force, he was demoted for carelessness with a gun. Although he is now 2 years past the usual retirement age, he still holds his office.
Thank you, Renee. What facts can you tell from this particular paragraph? Now, what facts? David.
Demoted for carelessness with a gun.
Thank you, sir. Someone else with a fact.
Well, it says that he was 2 years past his usual retirement age.
He's 2 years past his usual retirement age. Mike?
Well, the picture shows that he is shooting his gun,
Shooting his gun.
and it shows on the picture, it shows that he has his legs on the table.
Legs on the table. Fine, thank you. I think we have enough facts for us to work with. Now comes another hard part, where we make inferences. What inferences can you now make based on the facts we have? What do you infer? Cynthia?
Well, the man behind the desk, the chief might be trying to kill the guy with the papers.
All right, he might be trying to kill the other man. Do we have another answer? Mike?
Well, he's pretty careless with the gun.
Good. What can you now conclude? Roger, what conclusion do you come to?
That he isn't a very good police chief.
Right, you conclude that he's not a good police chief. We have finished with our conclusions. Looking back, the first paragraph, we concluded that the police chief kept up to his duty for 35 years. We concluded that he did a good duty. For the second paragraph, we concluded that the chief is shooting at the man. We have concluded that the chief might get fired. We've concluded that he is not a good police chief. We concluded that he's careless with a gun. We concluded that he is relaxed. Now we come to the point of what do you think the writer's purpose was, or purposes were, for each of the stories? Looking back at your conclusion, your inferences, and then back to your facts, what was the writer trying to do in each one of these paragraphs? Anyone have an idea? Jan?
To be rewarded at one time and to be careless at another.
That the first paragraph, Jan, meant that he was to be rewarded, and in the second paragraph, the writer was trying to show that he is careless, and this was the writer's purpose. Does someone else have an idea? Can you think of anything else? Anyone in the room? Mike?
Well, that he's reliable and he can be trusted on.
Right. We have two views then, two opposite views. The first one would be a view of the policeman as what? Bob? First one is a view of the policeman. What kind of policeman?
Well, you'd think that he'd be, real reliable and noble and stuff, but in the second one, the author is trying to say that he's trying to show that we need better policemen.
We need better policemen. So it's two views. In the first one, he's reliable. He's a good policeman. In the second one, it's a different one. We would call this slanting, meaning that we're trying to show one particular side, trying to give you an opinion to follow, then another author gives you another one. What would you suggest we do then if we ever have two stories that are opposite views? What do we do?
We should read both and then just settle whether which one we like most or feel on their side.
We feel that we should read both stories, and then after we've read both stories or both pictures, then come up with our own idea, that we should try to find out our own answers. Would you call this verification then?
Yes.
How would we verify then which writer's purpose was correct? How do we go about verifying? Sherry, how do we verify? By observing. How else can we verify? You think of another way? We can observe the police chief. Cynthia? An authority. We could go ask an authority. How else could we verify? Jan?
Reference book?
Go to a reference book. And this might help us. Mike?
Or a newspaper.
A
newspaper is something up to date.
Certainly, a newspaper or something up to date would help us verify. So we would again need to find our facts. We would need to make our inferences. We would need to conclude. We need to look at the writer's purpose, and then throughout it all, we would work with verification, verifying. For tonight's assignment, then, would you go back to the junior textbook, and with that as a background on 136, let's try our hand at